Hi friends, 6 months back I invested in Jio Financial Services Limited at an average price of 215 rupees per share. I had bought 1382 shares at that time and I still hold them. At the time of recording this video, the stock is trading at around 380 rupees level. 6 months back, I had created a full video on my channel giving you a lot of detail about Jio Financial Services Limited, and more than 4 lakh people have already watched that video. But since then, a lot of changes has happened into Jio Financial Services. So in this video, I want to decode 4 hypercritical points about Jio Financial Services. Point number 1 is why the stock has been rallying. What is driving this rally in the stock? Point number 2 is there have been significant changes in the business model of Jio Financial Services Limited. I want you to understand those changes. Point number 3 is we'll try and go through the P&L account of Jio Financial Services so that you can understand and track this stock in the upcoming quarters. And point number 4, most interesting and most critical part also is the valuation of Jio Financial Services. We'll try to value Jio Financial Services in this video. If you're new to my channel, watch this video and consider subscribing to my channel. With that, let's get this video started. First question is the rally in this stock that we have seen in the last 6 months. For me, there are 2 key reasons for this rally. Reason number 1 is the speculation and the rumors. And reason number 2 is the foundational layer for the business that Jio is building right now is driving the prices up. Let me give you examples for both. Have a look at my screen and you will see very recently Jio Financial stock surged by close to 15%. Why? Because of the rumor that Jio Finance is in talks with Paytm Bank to acquire Paytm Bank because Paytm Bank is bleeding right now because of the regulatory pressures. Later on, Jio and Paytm both clarified that they are not in talks. But by the time, stock has already gone up by 15%. The next day, although it came down slightly, but the point is that these speculations or rumors were driving the stock up. But more importantly, the second point is around they laying the foundational layer for the business. For example, have a look at my screen and you will see recently Jio Financial surged 5% after they signed a joint venture deal with BlackRock. I will speak about more details about this very important point that we need to understand during the business model discussion. This is another example where they're actually building the foundational layer. Another example you will see on my screen is that they are planning to bring Standard Chartered's executive as the CEO for their NBFC business. When news like these come, they are going to have positive impact on the share prices. Also, these are important bits because they are now laying down the foundation of their business. Last example I'll give you, recently the stock prices surged by 7%. Why? Because it was in the news that Jio Finance is coming up with a sound box very similar to what we have for Paytm Bank, and again the prices surged by 7%. These are all various foundational layers that Jio is trying to put in place, and that is driving the stock prices up. It's right now not the profitability, not the growth here. It's the foundational layer that is driving the growth. I hope these points are very clear to you. Let's now move to the changes in their business model, which are absolutely important for us to understand. What you see on my screen is the business model of Jio Financial Services. Allow me 2 to 3 minutes of time and you will understand a great deal about this business model. What you see in the orange box here is the 2 additional businesses that they have added in the last 6 months. Number 1 is Jio Leasing Services and number 2 is 2 joint ventures with BlackRock. They already had announced 1 joint venture with BlackRock 6 months back, but very recently they have added 2 additional joint ventures with BlackRock. Let me clarify that. Let me first speak about the Jio leasing business. What is this leasing business? Simply, it means device as a service model that Jio is trying to build in India. It's a very unique model in India. Not many companies are doing that. I've been working in UK for a credit lending company that was almost following this model, which is rent to hire, which is giving sofas, fridges, TVs on rent rather than selling it. Now, if you look at Jio, is doing something very similar here. Phones, laptops, solar panels, EV batteries, IT equipments is what they are going to give on lease. Who is going to be the customer for this leasing business? It is mainly going to be the corporates, as they've clarified in this particular announcement here. The natural question you may have, Rahul, why is that corporates are going to take these products on lease? Simply because of working capital. They don't need to invest a lot of money in having these assets bought by themselves. Rather, they will take it on lease from Jio Financial Services. But the $1,000,000 question is, why is Jio moving into this business? It's very simple. Very recently, RBI started tightening the strings for the unsecured lending, and that is the reason that Jio is tweaking their plans. As you can see here, that they are moving into secured lending. Secured lending is when they have something as a collateral for their lending, which is the case in the leasing business because the device is there. If a corporate customer is not able to make the payments, they will very well take the devices back with them. Is this a good move? Is this a bad move? In my view, this is a fantastic move because this model is very new to Indian market, and in my view, that has a potential to grow in Indian market. Coming back to the second business addition, which is joint venture with BlackRock. So if you remember 6 months back, they announced that they are going to have a joint venture with BlackRock for the AMC business, for the mutual fund business. But now they're adding two more business units. One is the wealth management for HNIs, and number two is the broking business, which is Zerodha, Angel. All these people are in broking business. So these two business lines is what Jio Finance is also adding. Now, when it comes to the wealth management, opportunities are huge because as per Jeffrey's report, around 1 to 1 trillion US dollars is what HNIs, high net worth individuals in India hold. Just to put this in perspective, India's GDP is around 3 trillion US dollars. So just consider the scale of 1 to 1.2 trillion dollars of wealth management that is going on in India by the wealth managers, and this is where Jio is trying to take an entry into. Again, I think it's a very, very good move in my view. Rahul, what about other business units that we see here? I have covered them in my previous video, but allow me 30 seconds of commentary and I'll explain to you in a very, very simple language. First is Jio Financial Services Limited itself. They have applied for Jio Financial Services to become a core investment company. Very soon they will get authorization. What does this simply mean is that Jio Financial Services Limited as such is not going to have its own business. It is only going to act as a holding company. The second entity is Jio Financial Limited, which is going to be the NBFC, which is going to be the lending unit. You can consider this as a Bajaj Finance Limited, similar to Bajaj Finance Limited. Then leasing services, we've spoken about it. Insurance broking limited, similar to Policy Bazaar, they are going to act as an insurance aggregator. Then comes Payment Solutions Limited, examples such as Soundbox by Paytm, for example, some web APIs for website payments. Also Jio Payments Bank, you can consider this as a Paytm business. Then comes Reliance Industrial Investment Holding Limited. This is the connection between Jio Financial Services and Reliance Industries, because remember Jio Financial Services holds 6% stake in Reliance Industries, that is through this holding company. So it does not have its own business, but through this holding company, Jio has 6% stake in Reliance Industries. That is very, very important from a valuation perspective. We'll speak about that towards the later part of the video. Then comes the joint venture with BlackRock, where we are going to see three businesses. Number one is AMC business, number two is wealth management business, and number three is the broking business. So if I were to summarize this, Jio Finance is going to have 7 financial businesses within one Jio Financial Services. Number 1 is lending, number 2 is leasing, number 3 is insurance, number 4 is payment, number 5 is AMC, number 6 is broking, and number 7 is wealth management. So far, if you're liking this video, humble request to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments a simple thank you. It will motivate me a lot to come up with such content for you at zero cost. Also, you can consider subscribing to my YouTube member community because I post in-depth analysis of stocks and mutual funds that will benefit you a lot. With that, let's move to the P&L account of Jio Finance Services that they have recently announced. So what you see on my screen is the P&L account, and profit after tax in 2023 was only 31 crore rupees. It has now gone up to 1605 crore rupees. So that is a massive jump. But let's put this in some context in terms of where is this money coming from. So first component that you will see here is the interest income. Interest income has gone up from 38 crores in 23 to now 938 crores. This is a massive jump. This is not the interest income that is coming from their lending business or leasing business. What is it? Let me show you. So if you come down and read their commentary, you will see that this interest income is coming from the fixed deposits the company hold in their wholly owned subsidiaries, which is 938 crores. So this is the money that the company holds as a FD, and this is where the interest is coming from. This is not from lending business or leasing business. So just be clear that right now the interest income is not from the lending business. The second income we will see here is the dividend income. Dividend income is close to 217 crores. Where is this coming from? This is coming mainly from the 6% stake that Jio has in Reliance Industries. So whenever Reliance Industries announces dividend, Jio Finance gets some money into their consolidated P&L account, and that's where we see this dividend income coming to 217 crores. The third component is fees and commissions income, which is 152 crores. What is this fees and commission income? Again, if we read the commentary, we see that it is coming from their insurance business and payment aggregator business. So these two businesses have started generating some money for the company, which is insurance business and payment aggregator business. The fourth component is net gain on fair value changes. It is again gone up from 3 crores to 547 crores. And again, this is some realized and unrealized gains that the company has on certain money market instruments. Again, this is not the business operations that the company is generating money from. These are simply money market instruments the company got during the demerger from the Reliance Industries. So the total income is 1855 crores. Then you reduce expenses such as staff expenses, operating expenses, comes to the pre-provisioning operating profit. Then you take the provisions out. Some of the associates and joint ventures have got some contribution as well in this consolidated P&L, which is 428 crores. All in all, this is how 1600 crores is made up of. Right now, you can see the only one component that is coming out of the operating activities of the company is the fees and commission income, which is coming from the insurance business as well as payment aggregator business. That is 547 crores. All the remaining money is mainly from the income that the company is generating on the money that they have on their balance sheet. Let's now move to the valuation of Jio Financial Services. So because of this profit that the company has generated, first point is that the PE of this Jio Financial Services has come down from 7,000, 8,000 level to 149 because now they have got 1600 crores worth profit generated in 2024. I hope the first point is very, very clear to you. However, PE right now doesn't make much sense to me because, as I said, the company is not generating this money out of their operating activities. So how do we look at the valuation of Jio Financial Services? Couple of points that I want to make. Point number one is, as we know that Jio Financial Services holds 6% stake in Reliance Industries. Reliance is trading at around 3,000 level here right now, 2,900 level. So 180 rupees comes out to be the price from that perspective. However, that's not the only thing that Jio Financial Services have. If you look at the balance sheet of Jio Financial Services, you will see that the total assets it has right now is 1,44,000 crores. So we really need to see the book value of Jio Financial Services. And right now the book value of Jio Financial Services seems to be around 220 rupees per share. But of course, the share will not be available in the market at the book value. It will be otherwise the PB multiple of only 1. Therefore, if we look at the comparison from, for example, likes of Bajaj Finance, that has got a PB multiple of 5.56. But please understand, Bajaj Finance is a business that has matured. It is already generating a lot of money through the operating activities. So you can't really put 5 times of PB value to Jio Financial Services because right now the business is not generating any operative income as far as we can see in the P&L account. But at the same time, if you compare it with, let's say, AMC businesses, so HDFC AMC business, there it is running at a PB multiple of 11. This is where I say Jio Financial's valuation is extremely hard to do because there are 7 to 8 businesses right now included in that. Which one do you compare with? Challenge number 2 is that none of the businesses have started giving any operating income. So how do you even evaluate it? How do you even value it? So you can't really. But if you look at the current market price of Jio Financial Services stock, it is trading at around 380 rupees level. That is around 1.73 PB multiple. So in my view, that is slightly on the higher side. In my personal view, I think around 1.5 times of the book value, which is 1.5 times of 220 rupees might be a fair value right now, which comes out to be around 330, 340 rupees. Right now, the stock is trading at around 380 levels. So I am not planning to buy at 380 level. In my view, it comes down to, let's say, 330, 340. I might go for averaging my stock prices. Again, not a recommendation for anybody to consider buying at 340, 350 level. I have just given you a few examples of how I am thinking about the pricing for Jio Financial Services right now. So please, humble request, do not take this as a recommendation because stock may go up from here. It might never come down to 340 level or it might crash down to 300 level. Nobody can predict it. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments a simple thank you. I will also recommend you to watch these videos now so that you can learn a lot about investing. With that, I'll see you in my next video. Until then, keep rocking.